Hello family, I trust we're all doing well. This week we'll be continuing on our two-part series, The Fruitful Life, talking about the fruit of the Spirit. And today the fruit I would love to focus on is faithfulness. Galatians chapter 5 verse 22 reads, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith." Faith in the Greek is translated pistis, which means persuasion. And faith is not something that we try to get out there, neither is it something that comes and goes as we often think. But faith is a fruit that is constantly being produced in us. When we got born again, God placed in our spirit a fruit called faith. In Romans chapter 12 verse 3, it reads, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according to as God had dealt with to every man the measure of faith." Here we see that Paul is saying that every child of God possesses this gift that is called faith. And what this gift does in our lives is that it enables us to be able to walk with the Lord and able to respond to the situations that come into our life. But in our born-again spirit is faith. And here we see that to the degree that we walk in this faith, or to the measure that we experience in this faith, is by yielding to the Holy Spirit, or by drawing out the faith that is already in the inside of us. And the second thing that we see here is that Paul is saying we have been given the measure of faith, not a measure of faith. A measure means that some have been given greater faith and some smaller faith. But the measure means we have all been given equal measure of faith. So the problem is that the problem is not that we don't have faith, but the problem is that we do not know how to use the faith that we have because of lack of knowledge. That is why we have to renew our mind on what God has already placed in the inside of us. In your born-again spirit is faith. So in our born-again spirit is faith, which enables us to be able to overcome whatever circumstance or situation that come into our life. Do not wait for challenges to come before you decide to go get faith. Faith is like a well that is in the inside of us, which you can draw on each day because it's constantly being produced. You are highly favored and deeply loved of God.